Dear participants, we welcome you all to the international webinar series. We will be starting session after this presentation. Good evening, one and all. We welcome you to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2022 on occasion of World Environment Month and Doctors Month 2022, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 75 years of independence in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute and Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. We welcome you all once again to the international webinar series. Before we start our session, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue to today's session. Today we have with us Ms. Sweta Bajaj, founder and director, New Life Positive, NLP therapist and practitioner, nutrition consultant, spiritual counselor, technical trainer, and she has degree in computer science and engineering. She is a health and wellness life coach, advanced Zumba, yoga, meditation, healing techniques expert. And she also trains in digital skills, a prolific writer, blogger, speaker, and a lot more. So we welcome you, Shweta, once again to the international webinar series, and we invite you to take over for your session, Insomnia, Causes and Natural Support Strategies. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. My voice is audible to you? My voice is audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible and your video is visible.
Great, great. So first of all, I want to give thanks to Sri Holistic Health Foundation India, Sri Research Institute and Center for Art, Science and Wellbeing, and Ravindra sir for giving me this opportunity to talk on this platform. It's a really privilege to talk on this platform. So today's topic is very interesting. Just give me a minute, I just share screen. Hope the screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
So today's topic is insomnia. Insomnia, some people don't know what is insomnia, and this term is new to you, or maybe this term is familiar to you. So basically, insomnia is sleep disorder, you can say. So today we will discuss about causes and natural support strategies, how we can relieve, how we can naturally prevent these kinds of symptoms if we have, or any symptoms or any where we can prevent these things, right? So first of all, as sir says, I am a nutrition, fitness, mindset and lifestyle coach and NLP therapist, and I'm guiding in this area. So before starting, I want all of you to type in chat box, like interact. How's your sleep pattern? How you feel, like what is you feel like, how's your sleep pattern? It is sound sleep, or it is you feel relaxed, or when you wake up early in the morning it's dizzy, or it's lazy, or you are very good, yes, very active. So you can type in chat box. It is very important to know how's your sleep pattern. Yes, I'm getting the responses like sound sleep. Yes, very good. So these are the very important factor. You have to know these things, because if you know your sleep, when you sleep at the night, what happen is your old cells or your old repair healing activities basically going on, right? And that what where we have to affect. Some people have very laziness, or they do not sleep at night at till 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. they are waking up, and why they are waking up, there are certain factors. Okay, some are natural and some we create for ourselves. Okay, so we talk about it. So first I want to share with you the cure. The I like this cure. It is by Dalai Lama. That is, sleep is the best meditation. Okay, in say Yog Nidra, like when you sleep, also there must be an elevated state. There must be a very good sleep, a very relaxing sleep. Our body is repairing, that is the thing, and also our soul, our relaxation process happening at that time. So this quote is very inspiring if you see, if you understand it deep meaning. Now the next is sleep allows your brain to detox. A very important concept here. You have to, I want your attention here. When you are talking about detox, you basically talk about to detox your body by juices, by fasting, and the various different ways. But the sleep is also a way to detox your body and your brain. So that where we have to take care. And now you can see on the screen different areas, different very informative slide it is. So it is now everyone here come to know how we can be have a better sleep, or how we can have an active lifestyle. Now, is it possible to beat insomnia naturally? Yes, absolutely. If you have ever struggled to fall asleep at night or stay asleep through the night, you are not alone. Nowadays youngsters, they sleep at 12, 1, 2, 3 night shifts routine totally misbalance the sleep pattern, because the waking up by with the sun, before the sun, and sleeping at the night time, that pattern shifted, that imbalance happened. So okay, I'm just checking my sleep. Yeah, I hope it slides. Yeah, so see here, you can see on the screen there are different system, system, lymphatic system. Now it is estimated that over 20% Americans experience insomnia. Even it is not the data factor, but also in the India as well, there is insomnia nowadays very common, because we are following the Western culture, or we are following that lifestyle which brings that factors in our life. And chronic insomnia impairs mood and cognitive function while accelerating the degenerative process of aging. So by aging, when we say we have to aging concept, this, when we do not sleep at correct time in correct posture, that also increase the factor of aging. Okay, so we have to understand how we have to make healthy habits. Now, when we talk about habits, there is a sleeping habits. Okay, how too little sleep does to your body, as you can see on the screen. I hope it is visible. Now, there are different factors like which happen, like irritability, mood swings, headaches. When you sleep at late at night, some people say that they're night owl. Absolutely, some people are, because their pattern shifted and they manage according to that. That's why they are night owl, and they wake up at late night. But what about that people who whose pattern are basically at a daytime, regular pattern, but they make it, they stress it out to sleep late. Okay, so too little sleep very dangerous if we do not take care in our day-to-day curriculum, because poor sleeping habit and stress hormone go hand in hand. If we talk about stress, you all are aware that stress is a very major factor, play a role in various diseases, psychosomatic diseases, and various disorders. And when we talk about the poor sleeping habits, the stress hormone, poor sleeping habits, insomnia pose a very serious threat to one's health. These health consequences elevated cortisol, reduce growth hormone. So what happen is that cortisol hormone, where the stress rate increases. So we have to take care of this. This is a vicious cycle. When we nowadays, when we go to on social media, if I talk about the digital era, there we go on social media and we scroll and scroll. Now we scroll and scroll and we go into that cycle and we not come back. It is not easy to come back out of that social media. It takes 1 hour or even 2 hours some people spend. What happen is, due to that, the sleep cycle, the patterns changes. Now you can see on the screen the first half of sleep and the second half of sleep. The chronic insomnia accelerate aging. So what happened? This speed ups the development of degenerative diseases such as heart disease, cancer, Parkinson, Alzheimer's. So these kinds of diseases generally increase. Okay, and getting a good night's sleep on a regular basis is one of the best strategies for preventing and reversing diseases. So now lifestyle disorder. What are lifestyle disorders? Lifestyle disorders main factor is the sleep. When we do not get enough sleep of 7 to 9 hours, or according to your body, and when you do not get that sleep, then that's how the stress occur. That's how the body do not support all functions, and then what happen is you eventually go into some kind of disorder. The start of the disorder is in the gut, when you feel constipation on these kinds of diseases, and then it's become chronic. So we have to take care of these symptoms. When half cycle is, as you can see on the screen, is both hormone and half is cortisol. So if we do not take care, then these growth happen. Now, cause of poor sleep, how to address them. Now you can see on the screen, there are 10 major causes of poor sleep. Poor sleep schedule, that which I am talking about. Bad nutrition, nutrient deficiencies, LED light exposure, stress, chronic pain, sleep apnea. We talk about all these factors one by one. Before that, I want your comments. I want your answers in the chat box. Like, at what time you go to sleep? At what time you preferably, according to your productive routine, according to your routine, what time you generally prefer in your routine? You can type in chat box. I just wait for a second for these answers. Yeah, 11 p.m. Okay. Yes, everybody, you can type in chat box. You can give me direct answers, or you can everyone, because it is very important to know. You have to balance these things. Okay, sometimes what happen is, when we are into social media or in this digital era, we generally be in that work, we forget to sleep. If we have in routine that 10 p.m. we have to sleep, but what happens in that vicious cycle, we busy in any work, then what happens, that sleep imbalances happen. So you have to know, you have to set these times. The next is very important, which I want to discuss. You can see in the screen, cycle in the below, there is a time which is 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. or something like continue. Now what happen is, there is the action tip. There is a cortisol hormone, and which is stimulating hormone, and melatonin, which is sleep inducing hormone. So the rhythm, there is a time rhythm, relies on the number of cues, like sunlight. When sun rises, so the hormones decreases, the sleep pattern, the sleep hormone decreases, and food, physical activity, so these kinds of things basically affect your hormones. So there is a rhythm setup. Okay, so when this rhythm affected, then what your sleep pattern generally affected. Okay, now you can see on the screen the blood sugar and insulin. The bad nutrition and blood sugar imbalances are also a very, very major factor. When we talk about the bad sleep, so bad sleep can result in the blood sugar imbalances and increase your risk of diabetes. So here, when you go and you listen any patient or which who is suffering from diabetes or like this, so the first factor the doctor suggests is sleep before 8 p.m. or sleep at time. That is the main thing, because your body require enough time to heal at night. And if the person do not sleep at night, what happens? The blood sugar imbalances, and that what happens. Next is nutrition deficiencies. Now, there are certain nutrients where we have to take care, and I want you to note it down if you want. The nutrient deficiencies in your diet, if your diet is lacking in certain nutrients, this can be contributing to bad sleep as well. Okay, for example, the vitamin D, the main nutrient, the vitamin D, the zinc, the B vitamins, the omega-3 fats, amino acids, if these nutrients are not there or the deficiencies, then what happened? Your diet is deficient, your body is not getting enough nutrients, and then what happened? This serotonin, melatonin, and the hormone imbalances happen. You can see on the screen a word known as GABA, gamma amino. This is kind of acid. So what happened is like the brakes in a car to slow down brain activity and help us relax and maintain a sense of calmness. So this is kind of this is a term which is related to the brain activity. And now next is LED light. Every one of you have your smartphones, you have your laptop screens, and everything basically is LED light, emitting LED lights, right? And what happen is when smartphone, computer, television screens, they emit blue lights which disrupts our melatonin level. Okay, because the brain confuse and the phone artificial light with daylight. Okay, so this can shut off the melatonin production and inhibit sleep. So when we are using the mobiles at the night after 8 p.m., if you are using your mobile phone or computer screens, I bet you, I really, your screen, your sleep pattern disturbed, because what happen is you shift your sleep time, after 1 hour later, 2 hour later, and sometimes it become a very gap happens. So we have to take care of these things. And at night, some people sleep by switching on the lights. That also is a blue light. As you can see on the screen, there is a diagram which clearly represent how the light affect, okay, like near IR, visible light, UV light, and the blue light which directly go to the retina, the cornea and retina. So these things generally affect our sleep patterns. So we have to take care of these things. Next, which is a very interesting concept which we can use, is stress. So here the stress is natural. Okay, when you do not sleep and there is sleep imbalances happen, if you are facing for insomnia, chronic maybe, so the blood pressure, immune system, these diabetes, heart disease, so these all factors consider. Now, stress can also make it difficult to fall asleep. Okay, when you have a stress and you are generally thinking about something and you do not sleep, you sleep, then again thinking, the thoughts are coming, then you again wake up. And in order to fall asleep, while stress tries to keep you alert, okay, what you have to do is you can have a very gentle sleep by using a relaxing fragrance, okay, in your room, or by switching the lights of proper way. So this you can do. Now next is chronic pain. Sometimes what happen is we do exercise, and what happen in with fitness, you do exercise, or you have some chronic pain, like in muscle pain or something, then also there is a disturbance happen. So the neck pain, so you have to be very gentle in your sleeping postures. You have to take care of your sleeping postures. So muscle tension symptoms, as you can see on the screen, there is a muscle tension symptoms where the tightness in the muscles. Sometimes there's a tightness in the muscles, there is a muscle tenderness, fatigue. So these are the symptoms. If you have these symptoms, that also affect your sleep pattern, your proper sleep hygiene. Now, sleep apnea. This is a new term. Very interesting one. Some people know it, and some for some it is new. So the risk factors for this sleep apnea is some family history, overweight, and aging, medication. If you are taking medicines, that also take a very symptom. If you are taking medicines that affect the sleep pattern, and the symptoms are basically you are snoring and fatigue happen, morning headache. Some people have morning headache, some people have irritability. So these can cause stroke, hypertension, diabetes, depression. So you can see it is a very important factor. If you control your sleep, you can control your whole lifestyle, you can control your healthy routine, you can control your aging processes. Okay. Now, next term which you have, this is a new one maybe for someone's. Now, hiatal hernia info. Now, what is this hiatal hernia? Now, you can see happens when a part of your stomach bulges up to the diaphragm and into your chest. Okay, so this kind of term, for simple terms, if I explain you, is when the stomach protrudes through diaphragm. Okay, when this occurs when you have acid reflux, when acidity, some people have some acidity symptoms or breathing restrictions or heart palpitations. That's when this situation happen. This situation mostly affect the heart and gut. Okay, the gut, the digestion affected, and the healing is a key. The healing, the main heal factor is sleep. If you sleep well, if your hygiene is very good, then it happened, you can control all these factors. Now, some people have thyroid, hyperthyroid, and so overactive thyroid if there, and autoimmune disease. So then there also the sleep play an important role. What happened, there is a hormonal imbalances, and autoimmune diseases and hyperthyroidism is almost related, and due to that what happened, people are taking medications and that also affected. Now next is gut issue. Now gut issue, what happened, the gut infections. So there is a test, and people take this test, and a big hidden cause of bad sleep is actually gut infections. If you have any gut infection, and sometimes it's not visible only, it is in digestive tract, or the symptoms are like of constipation, and these kinds of symptoms if you are having, you're facing, then these happen. Next is natural remedies to restore sleep. Now, as I discussed earlier, the optimal blood sugar level, insulin balance, and poor blood sugar, you can see on the screen the chart. Now, here you are able to understand how this happened. You can see the fatigue, how fatigue affect, how insulin affect. Hours after eating, hours before eating. So here, what happened is your whole blood sugar level also affect the sleep patterns. Okay, and your blood sugar, if blood sugar is out of balance, it will cause to wake up in the middle of the night. Maybe you wake up at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., like middle of the night you wake up. So you have to take care of these things. So let's talk about some tips. So we have just discussed how sleep pattern affected, how different parameters are there when sleep disorder happen, insomnia happen, and these are some of the anti-inflammatory foods you can see on the screen. Some of the tips which we talk about is like there are some greens, vegetables, herbs which you can include your diet, or where you can use it. Also bring power, it also helpful for your brain as well as your body. So the brain also affected. Okay, the main thing what happen is when you do not sleep for a long period of time, or the imbalance happen, then your brain first affected and you feel dizziness, and then brain, then eyes, your whole body feel dizziness. Okay, the laziness and the, so you do not know how to work, you are just like that. So you can see on the screen some of the inflammatory, like you can see green tea, there is a chamomile tea which you can include. These kinds of things you can include in your diet, because food also help you, okay, and also affect you. Okay, if you do not eat at proper time before sleep, because the sleep and the dinner time must have a gap. Okay, so you have to take care of that. Regular sleep wake up cycle, you have to maintain a regular sleep wake up cycle, where research has shown that people need at least 7 and up to 9 hours of sleep. So every hour of sleep between 9 p.m. and midnight is equivalent to 2 hours of sleep quality after midnight. So you have to, you can see on the screen like a night routine ritual suggestions, where you have to turn off all electronics, take care of your hygiene, 5 minutes of light stretching. This that will help you a lot, because you are sitting on the whole day or you are working nowadays, so you have to take care of that. Journaling, meditate, prayer, that is very helpful. Okay, when you read any book, you do journaling. Deep breathing, you have to do some deep breathing exercises. Spend time with family, that is very important. Nowadays what we are doing is, we are very busy in our gadgets, we do not know what going in outside in our room, okay, in our family. And if we know across the world what is going, but we do not know what our parents are going through, or what our children going through. So we have to know, we have to talk, because communication is very important, and nowadays it is lacking. And when you are night time, you can do these things. Enjoy some herbal tea and share laughter with someone. Okay, so these are the some of the tips which you can include and create optimal sleeping environment. It is very very beneficial. Okay, now let's talk about darkness. So in the absence of light, what happens, the pineal gland produce melatonin. Okay, so melatonin is the known as the regulator of the sleep wake up cycle. So here you can see on the screen there is a light auditing your bedroom, that is very important. Okay, so use a sleep mask or cover alarm clocks. Okay, so it is very important to take care of your environment where you are sleeping, so that will help you. And remove electronics from the bedroom. What I do is, in another room we do a charging port. Okay, in where we put all gadgets like our mobile phones, and there it charge. And in our bedroom or in our sleeping environment, there must not be any gadgets, because they emit some ultraviolet rays or some rays, so that affect the sleep. Okay, next is snooze. As you can see on the screen, the 5 things that happen when you hit the snooze button. Now, how many times you hit the snooze button? Okay, when you set alarm, okay, to wake up early in the morning, but what happen is you won't end up, because you do not wake up, because you put press the snooze button and okay, 5 minutes more or something like that. But it affects your productivity, it affects how you feel. Okay, it affects your lifestyle, very many various factors affected. Now dreams can be quite strange, some factors which you do not know. Maybe the sleep cycle becomes out of synchronization. So the cycle basically, the imbalances happen because you press the snooze button, or what happen is your cycle, and assume it is your cycle, sleep cycle, and in the mid of the cycle you are, and you think like in the mid of the cycle you wake up. Okay, but what happen is you do not wake up, and but you do not wake up, and what happened, your alarm rings. Okay, your alarm rings and you just press the snooze button. But what happened is the sleep cycle disturbed in the mid of the cycle, when your healing happens, your dreams are forming, your brain is cleaning the thoughts and all detoxification happening. That time you press it, so that effect. So you must ensure when you have to wake up. If you are putting some alarm, count back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just wake up. So this way you can stand up and just, if when you stand up, do 1, 2 sit-ups, do 1, 2 jogging, and you are ready. You do not sleep after that. That is a very good trick if you apply. Now posture, very important topic, when very least discussed. Okay, some people do not know about it. It is very important and very less people know about it. See, when you sleep, okay, the posture matters. Some people when wake up early in the morning, they feel the neck pain, the muscle pain, some hand pain, or some stomach pain or legs pain. So why this happen? Because they do not sleep in the correct posture. They do not know how to sleep, or they do not know their mattresses, and they are very not good, right? So you can see on the screen the shoulder pain. So the best position how we have to sleep, okay, and the worst position is side without pillow support. Sometimes what we do not use pillow, or these you can see on the screen. I do not explain in deep, but yes, these kinds of pain happen. Hip pain, low back pain, neck pain. So these kinds of pain happen when you do not have your sleep posture positions very straight enough. If you have lower back pain, you can use pillow underneath, okay, the knees, to minimize back. These tips which we are seeing on the screen are very helpful if you apply it. Now use the blue light blocking glasses, a very interesting concept. If you know, there in the mobile phone also there is a time limit. When you automatic, what happens, your mobile screen color changes. Okay, sometimes it's become black and white, or sometimes yellowish. So these are the strategies. The automatic tools are available. Okay, in inbuilt feature in your mobile is there. So you can see on the screen the very important. You can see install F Flux. This is a very good app or website when for your computer, for your laptop, it, to help your eyes protected. Okay, so and you can also use your this tip where you have to remove electronic devices from the bedroom. So these are the strategies to minimize blue light. What happen is when you are watching movie, and okay, when you are watching movie and you think, okay, 15 minutes left, let's complete the movie, and then I turn off my device. When you are playing some game, same happen. You are thinking, okay, I play this round, and then I just switch off my device or something like that. But what happened, that does not happen. Why? Because the light is emitting, and you are very indulged in that activity, that you are very loving that activity, that you do make it 1 hour 2 hour later. Okay, so you expand it, the time span. So you have to take care of these kinds of concepts. May be disciplined in this approach. Okay, when you are using phone, put an alarm to switch off all devices. Then what happen is, when that alarm beeps, then directly disciplined way, you have to switch off all devices. Okay, whatever reason, just switch off and put that task for the tomorrow. That is very important. The miracle, that is water, very important thing. When what does water do to human body? When you sleep, you have to take care your hydration. You have to you can want to ensure that your body is not dehydrated. Okay, because if your body is dehydrated, the stress hormones increase. Okay, so you have to take care, and before going to bed you can take water, because after wake up you take water, because water is very important for your body to repair, to replenish, to clean toxins and everything, a very essential, I can say. So water allows efficient cellular repair, so you have to take care of that. The next, a very important tips which you can see on the screens are: have your room cool, yes, and keep your room as dark as possible. Okay, and do not eat within 3 hours of sleeping. That is very important. When you sleep and your dinner must have a gap. Okay, maintain that gap. That is good for you only. Okay, and avoid caffeine. What happen is caffeine, basically what happen when you drink caffeine, it replicate or it behave like the sleep also disturb the sleep hormones. So that's why avoid caffeine. Avoid tea also. Okay, some people have habit to include tea at night. They drink tea, they say mujhe neend nahi aati, by we have to drink chai or something like that. So you have to take care of that. So exercise regularly, but not late night. That is very important. Sometimes some people have a routine to do exercise at 8 to 9 evening timing. No, you have to maintain your exercise time regularly, no optimum time, in the morning it is best. But if you do exercise during your sleep time, during before the sleep time, just before the sleep time, then if it affect, okay, because your body is active and you do not feel kind of sleepy or that things, so it generally disturb. Very important slide if you are seeing on the screen, a very essential herbs which you can use that improve your sleep quality. The best herb is chamomile. There are different herbs which you are seeing on the screen. The best available is chamomile tea which you can drink, and it help you to control your insomnia, in your sleep disorders, and to help you to maintain a very soothing relaxing mind for relaxing and stress also. Chamomile tea is very good. Give thanks, grateful, be grateful to people, be grateful when you are sleeping, just be grateful, write some points, daily journaling, for the things you are grateful for. Tell someone in your life something you appreciate about them every day. It is very important. What happens is we take it granted. Okay, we take it granted. When your family members, you have to appreciate your family members, you take it granted. And when you some people, and not everyone, but some people appreciate everyone around the world on social media, here, there, appreciate everyone. But when time to come to appreciate your family, your loved ones, your cousins, your relatives, then they do not appreciate, they do not express gratitude. They think like, some people think like, no, the gratitude is not important, we live day to day, why it is important? It helps. Okay, it is important. Everyone require appreciation. So maintain a healthier positive mood and maintain a healthy positive environment. So it is very important. And write a journal. Gratitude to everything, to almighty, to universe, to god, to every people you meet today. Now whole day you are you meet so many people in your day, right? From the morning to till this time you meet so many people. So gratitude, express just gratitude to meet. You just meet that person go through your life, even you don't know, on the road also, if a person passes by, then also just gratitude, like I see the person smile. So that is very important. Health benefits of grounding are very important. When you go in ground, when you go in the park and have a walk barefoot, it improves your mood, improves your sleep, reduces pain, reduces stress. Loads of benefits. Grounding or earthing, refers to the direct skin contact to the surface of the earth. And what better than that? It is very helpful for lots of benefits. These are the some of the benefits which are written, but there are lots of benefits. Now there comes these factor which I am talking about is waves. Okay, the fields. Okay, now we are in this room, in your room, wherever you are, uh, there are electromagnetic fields. Okay, the surrounding, because the towers are there, the mobile phones we are using, the laptops, computers we are using. So there are loads of fields are there are loads of energy. So what happen is that also disturbs. Okay, but we cannot avoid that. Okay, so what we can do is we just go for nature walk. Okay, we include sunlight in your life. What happened due to past lockdown? All people are in home. Most of the people, most of my clients I have seen, most of my clients have vitamin D deficiency because they are inside their home, they are working from home, and they do not expose to the sunlight. The sun, the vitamin D main source, the natural source, they are not exposed to that. And my lots of people I have seen, lots of my patients, lots of my clients I have seen that they have vitamin D deficiency. Due to that, they are facing mental fog. Okay, they are facing a mental fog. They are facing stress. They are facing some issues like a constipation. Simple factor which happen is because they are not going in the sunlight. You do not have to go in the sunlight in the mid afternoon, in the afternoon, but in the early morning when the sun rises. That time vitamin D you have to take. That nature, they do not go to park. Nowadays our lifestyle is so busy, we do not go in the park. How many of you can also tell me in the chat box, how many of you go to the park for the walk? Yes, everyone. I just want your replies in the chat box. I'm talking so long. So you can type in the chat box, how many of you go to the park? Or how many of you see the rising sun? Just type in chat box. These are the so simple things. Okay. I'm waiting for your replies. Yes. So see, lots of people, they do not go to the park. They do not, basically, they do not go to the sunlight and they do not see sunrises or sunset. These are all which we are seeing earlier. Okay, so insomnia, if we see the sleep disorder, if happen, so in that the relief natural factor is where you can prevent is these things. You can go in nature and have that sun bath. That things basically help you. Okay. Now, discover the great ideas that lie inside you by discovering the power of sleep. What happen if you have very healthy sleep, very sound sleep? Your sleep, your thoughts, you know, in the whole day what we do is we collect information, the information go in our brain, and at the night our brain, you know, the clearing of information happen. Like this information is important, then keep it. If this is not important, then discard it. If this is important and relate to the previous memory, then relate it or something. So these happen in during the sleep time. And when your sleep is very good, your ideas, the idea power basically come. Okay, what happened, I give example here of the Einstein. The Einstein, most of the ideas come in this come by after sleep. When you wake up, you can read the articles as well on this. When most of the ideas of Einstein and lots of leaders, they happen when they have a very good sleep patterns, very healthy active routine. Okay, so that is very helpful for everyone. So these are some of the sources from where you can go and check more things. Okay, the more research you can do on this topic, the insomnia, how to prevent. If you want to go, these are some of the articles, very deep articles these are. So sleep is an investment. Sleep is an investment in the energy you need to be effective tomorrow. If your sleep is not good today, then what happen is you are not productive, you do not wake up at early, and you are that whole day going like very laziness, very headaches, these kinds of things happen. So you can see this quote by the Tom Roth is very interesting. Sleep is an investment which you are investing, so you have to invest very properly, very carefully in the energy you need to be effective tomorrow. Okay, so it is very important. And before sleeping, make sure you write gratitude journal, pray, and then sleep. And and I just want everyone, if you have any questions, you can tell me. And before that, I want everyone to do an activity. Okay, you can take your mobile phone. You can take your mobile phone yourself, and what you can do is you can put an alarm of uh, sleep schedule. You can put an alarm like at this time I sleep, and at this time I turn off all devices. Okay, and turn off all devices is most important. So thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, you can ask me. And yes, absolutely, it is very important topic for healthy lifestyle, because if we talk about holistic lifestyle in every aspect, this is a parameter which you have to take concern. Thank you so much, Ravindra sir, for giving me this opportunity. I'm audible.
Thank you, Shweta, for the wonderful and insightful session. It's really need of our many people nowadays are addicted to gadgets and not able to get proper sleep. And because sleep is very important, for a human being, what other activities, whether he, she performs or not, eating, sleeping is most important. Though sarcastically we say we do nothing other than eating and sleeping, if both are not effectively carried out, entire life is taken for a toss. You see a lot of health problems and a lot of issues come up. So it's very important whether you are employed or unemployed, whether you are studying or not studying, it doesn't matter. As long as you are a living being, the both of them are very important. Eating right and sleeping right, both are very important. That maintains the health of the individual. You have very well pointed out various insights. It was really wonderful.
So much, sir. If anyone has any question, I can answer. Then you can ask. Please, Mary ma'am.
Yeah, actually you said na that sleep pattern. Sleep pattern. Many people they'll tell one side to sleep, not always. They are while sleeping. Many people first they'll sleep in right side, then they will go to left side, then they will sleep in center. That is very bad. That I have heard lot of time that. But you can't tell like that in sleep we are not in our this one, no. But actually for me everybody tells I sleep one side means I sleep one side only. But my sisters and mom and all say how you sleep, but I have that pattern of sleeping only one side. Before I used to sleep with my parents, no, sharing the bed in small childhood. So I'm used to sit with so much place only will be there. So I will sleep that like I got practice. Now I'm sleeping alone in bed also. I'm getting that practice only. But I don't have habit of drinking water in the when I getting up in the sleep and all. I don't drink water because I directly go back to sleep. If I go to washroom also, I directly go back. I'll get off sleep. I don't have any disturbance. But very nice talk, very informative. It is very useful for the life that what topics you are bringing. And today it's excellent. I liked it because many people have a problem in sleep only. Many people I have heard many people telling me sleep only they don't get. They sleep at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3. Even though they don't see gadgets also because of the problem stress they are having with the children now. My friends all are married, they are having children stress and all, they'll keep off, they'll think so much. Night time when they go to bed now, they'll think so much. So that will disturb the sleep. How you're sleeping continuously? If I tell I sleep continuously, I get up next day morning. How you're sleeping, Florence? We don't get sleep only. That is many. That question of sleep is very much is disturbing everybody nowadays. That is very highlight point you said.
Yes, absolutely. And here I just remember कि जैसे yes you see like posture is very important. What happens? Some people say na left side you have to sleep, and but what happened? Our posture become a journal. Some wrong postures. We lie behind on the stomach. So that kind of posture we have to correct. Yes, absolutely. And water, you talk about in between the sleep, we go to the taking water bottle or something. That also disturb our sleep. Okay, what happen is our sleep cycle. If we go in between we go and take some water bottle or something, our sleep pattern breaks, and that again started. So that's how that's also affect our sleep. Thank you so much, Mary ma'am, for these wonderful
The best,
inputs.
and God bless you. Take care.
Okay. Yes, everyone, if you have any question, we can discuss. Because what happens is, in most of my clients, I have seen the youth. Generally some youth people, they are using gadgets. Lots of time they are using gadgets. Yes, there is a question, ma'am. Some people sleep in the light. They don't sleep in the dark. What should be done? Okay, for such people. Okay, see, this question is very very important, very very interesting as well. What happen is, I also sleep when in first I sleep in the light. Okay, I have habit switching on the light and then sleep, but that affect our sleep. The whole cycle not happen, and the sleep will not proper sleep we do not get at that time. So to get the proper sleep, okay, the night, the environment is very important. When we close our eyes, the light put up, and that our when you now also in your light, when you close your eyes, you can feel that the light is there. Now when you feel that light is there, then the sleep, the quality decreases, and the hormone, the sleep hormone imbalances happen. For such people, if you are sleeping in light, you can have the mask. There is a sleep mask. Okay, there is a sleep mask come, the black padded masks are there. You can use that thing. Okay, and you just keep all devices, your electronic gadgets, in the another room and another area, and so that your room is free of that vibrations, free of that ultraviolet rays or something like that. So, and free yourself from gadgets. Make sure you sleep before, and make sure your sleep and your switching off the gadgets 1 hour gap must be there. Okay, so you have to switch off your gadgets 1 hour before when you sleep. That is very important. When you do that, you can see your changes in insomnia. If you are facing, any of your loved ones facing these kinds of natural tips, these kinds of things help. Absolutely, this kind, I have seen the changes, I have seen the changes in my clients. They are using these kinds of simple natural tips. Absolutely, if the clinical insomnia is there, the medication must be there. Okay, but if that is not there, the medication we can avoid. Okay, we can avoid that medication. it, then what better than that, when if we heal ourselves very naturally, right? So I hope it answered your question. Like, if you like as you ask, some people sleep in the light, so they don't sleep in the dark. What should be done for such people? So just try to have the padded masks, and that will help you a lot. Thank you so much. Any question if you have, I can refer, I can answer. And I just, if you do not have question, then I can ask you a question. Okay, so I want your reply on this question. How many of you put alarms on your phone? Just give me answers in the chat box, or you can unmute. A very simple question I am asking. How many of you people putting alarm on your phone?
Actually, no. When I was studying and all, I was putting. Now, though, we are working. No, we are used to that pattern. We'll get up. We have that. We have to go for work. We have to do. If not work, also we have housework. We'll get up correctly. When we are studying for exams, we are tense. No, tomorrow's exam. Then today we won't get up for studying. How much we studied also that morning time studying revision before exam. That is something very great. So I have kept alarm 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock and all when studying masters and all. But now though, I will get up my correctly. I will get up 6:30. I will correctly get up. Without alarm, I will get up. But studying time only, that education time only, I will keep alarm.
Yes, some people have these things. Yes, everyone, you can answer also. other than yeah, everyone? It is very important because if you do not interact, how can I help? Yeah. So see, if you are putting alarm, so you have to be aware. You have to aware at what time you are putting alarm. Yes, Ravindra sir, over to you.
Yeah, we do keep alarms as, I mean, not as alarm, but an event reminders. We put it to follow up. Though we are very conscious about our schedules, still, I mean, we have that practice of keeping these alerts. Sometimes it happens that we are preoccupied with something else and we forget, often tend to forget. So
Yes.
it's just a reminder, like,
Yes.
yeah, like also mentioned, like snoozing, na, that is a very bad habit. Often, how many times it snoozes also, na, we don't wake up. That really has to be given up. Generally, I am very conscious whenever I feel like I have to do something. I always, most of the time, and not always, but 99%, I make sure that I mean, my body or my conscious always wakes me before that, or always reminds me that I have to do something. So,
It's great, sir, because see, this rhythm is very important. Our body follow a rhythm. Okay, when sunrise happen and then we wake up, then it is a very good habit. It is a very good habit when we wake up before sunrise and when we sleep and at proper time. That is when about the reminder. What happen is for keeping events, we put a reminder, we put alarm, right? And that's how we have to keep our reminder for our switch off gadgets. That is very important to switch off gadgets at the proper timing. Okay, so we have to keep alarm of that as well. So that help you a lot if you keep that kind of reminder as well. Yes, Ravindra sir. Yes, participants, if you have any question, you can ask. So,
nowadays, with this use of LED lights, na, this high uh, capacity LED lights, often because of lighting, even in the street lights and everywhere, even in house also, we are using LED lights, LED bulbs. With that also, a lot of studies also shown that there is a, lot of eye related issues, because of generally our eyes adapt to the environment lighting. So earlier we used to have this fluorescent lighting unless and until we really require that high kind of lighting. We generally don't use it. But now because of this high luminous rating of the bulbs, even eyes are getting adjusted to the high luminous rating of light exposure that people are not able to see properly in dark, and when they are able to uh, drive or need to search
yes.
for something in low light areas. That adaptation problem is also quite alarming nowadays. And moreover, a lot of species are also getting affected generally night times now, because of these LED bulbs. Always there is round the clock light everywhere. So even dogs and cats also, they have a lot of difficulty in sleeping, even including human beings for that matter, where the windows or the other ventilations are open and the light flows through them, unless and until we have this blinds or curtains or some kind of objects. So this is also impacting. I saw a study also on the street lights using of LED bulbs in metropolitan cities. Even that has also pointed out this environmental concerns, that it is destroying a lot of species. I mean, so we need to be very cautious about using such lighting also. Though nowadays this light adjustment lighting has also come where we can decrease or increase the intensity. Even now smart bulbs also have come, which automatically I mean, as per the timings or as per the movement, also human movement, or the movement within the rooms, they also switch on, switch off, and automatically increase or decrease the lighting luminous capacity. So these things are there. We have to be very conscious, as you also rightly pointed in the presentation. That adaptation we need to take care of. Otherwise, I think in future, lot of eye related problems are going to come only with these LED bulbs.
And
As we are not using it properly. Either we need to have some shades, or we need to go with a low luminous power, or I mean, based on the requirements, wherever required. Earlier we used to have these study lamps, no? Where we used to have this very concentrated or spotlights kind of lights, where we used to focus on. That is uh, that was better earlier, but now we see entire room is illuminated in such a brightness. So that also causes lot of problems. And with that night time also, earlier we was using these bulbs or lightings with low luminance, but nowadays with this LED, those also are being used with LED lamps. So that is also with a bright lightness. No? So we are not able to get sleep unless now we have to wear some pads or sleeping pads or something like that. So these all lifestyle changes and the kind of lighting we are using are impacting our lives.
absolutely. Or here I recall one point which I really want to everyone to be attentive. Where one what we do is we give phone to little children. You know, the little kids, the small age kids, we give the phone, and the light emitting go in their eyes. That also affect their lifestyle. Now it is not visible, but that also affect in the coming days. Yeah, just recall this point where we have to be aware when we are giving the phone to the small children, the small kids. Their age is not to see the mobile, their age is to play, and we are giving them to mobile phone. Yeah. Yes, Ravindra sir.
Nowadays, I mean, it's become a convenience rather than, I mean, mothers not or fathers, whoever is taking care of the children. I mean, if they have to get some space from the child, then the only option left for them is to hand over tab or mobile to them so that they get engaged themselves, and these parents are free from the child distraction. But this has to be get away, because we see lot of other problems also. See, most of the children look at these cartoons, you know, even when I in university also we presented I mean, some of our students and also I also once presented on these cartoons, you know, the characters of cartoons, their psychology, personalities. That is also interesting study. You know, if you analyze the cartoons, the characters, most of them are having lot of one or more psychological problem with their personalities. If you analyze, you have to carefully observe that we are making our children to watch them and follow them at a very young early age. This is also creating lot of psychological problems and also at times psychiatric problems with the small children. So we need to be very aware what kind of content is also being exposed, I mean, being shown to the child. Otherwise, these can create a lot of problems. Nowadays, we see many children, they are getting these problems only due to early exposure of this, especially cartoon content. You see a lot of violence, a lot of abuse that happens in the uh, cartoons. It may be humorous, it may be sarcastic, but children don't know that it needs to, I mean, it need not to be done in reality, or it, they don't know what is right or what is wrong at that age. So they simply follow, And recently one case has also come where, this cartoon, in one cartoon, I don't remember exactly because I don't watch cartoons now. So the child, he was continuously watching that series on this TNT network, some channel. I don't remember exactly. And what that child was always bullying all the family members in the cartoon. So what this child is also doing same thing. So continuously, uh, this child is abusing, denying the parents and all the family members. So they brought to the counseling center, and what we observed is because of this, parents are giving this content, and this child is continuously watching to that particular series of cartoon, and she is imitating exactly what that character is doing. She got involved, completely immersed in that character. So these kind of challenges are there, issues are there. We need to be very careful because child lives in their own fantastic, this fantasy world, because it takes time, because even as elders also, we also sometimes go to this fantasy world and come back, but they do not really differentiate between the fantasy and the reality. So we need to be very careful in that aspect also. That
Very
is also
important.
an important thing.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk on this platform.
So participants, if you have any queries, then we can take it up. Otherwise, we'll conclude here. Thank you once again, Shweta, for a wonderful, insightful session. And on behalf of Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and the Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing, and also on behalf of all the participants, I wish you all the success and look forward for more sessions from you in future.
Thank you so much, participants, everyone here present, for listening me, and thank you, Ravindra sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk. And I really, very, very insightful platform it is, where we talk on areas which is very holistic way of living, which is very important. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta. We will be sharing your certificate in WhatsApp in a couple of days. Participants, kindly fill up the feedback form. It has been shared in the chat box. It is mandatory for receiving your certificate, and your certificates can be downloaded from the website within 15 working days. You can join Facebook group and Telegram channel where you will receive daily updates. And also this Sunday, we are having conference every Sunday from now onwards. We are having conferences instead of international webinars. So kindly join for the international conferences. If you have any presentations that needs to be presented, you are welcome to present. You can contact us, or you can use the respective conference. Like every conference has a theme based on sustainable development goals and also international and United Nations observances. So you can, year long, they will be conducted year long. All these series are part of sustainable development goals and also Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebration. So we will be having this series till August 2023, this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And then after concluding this Mahotsav celebrations, we are also coming up with a publication with all the events that we have conducted as part of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and we will be presenting it. So we invite everyone to be part of this celebration, 75 years of Indian independence celebrations, and this is very fortunate that we got this opportunity, and let's everyone utilize this opportunity to participate, present, collaborate with us. Kindly fill up the feedback form. Once you fill up the feedback form, you can leave the webinar. So thank you once again, one and all, for joining us, and see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same link with a different topic.